let's move on and let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers did fail to lock up the AFC North today with the loss to the Baltimore Ravens. They do drop to 10-5 on the season, and they do have a really true chance of being the fifth place team and a wild card after leading the AFC North for most of the season. So, Mark, when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, can they win a road playoff game? They would more than likely have to go to the Houston Texans.
They're the type of team, dude, they need to be at home. But the thing I hate most about the Steelers, dude, I'll tell you this, is that their fans are freaking everywhere. Every time that there's a Steelers-Broncos game, there's way more Steelers fans than Broncos fans. It pisses me off, and I hate it, and it's because there's so many just everywhere. I don't think they travel well necessarily. I just think that they're everywhere. And no matter what, so even if they go on the road, they're going to still have a good turnout. But I think, like I said, I think they're Fugazi. I think they're going to be one and done in the playoffs.
So, guys, get your Fugazi merch down there at manhourradio.com. We do have team colors now. But the good thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers is they have a pretty good defense, Mark. And they run the ball really, really well. And, guys,
tonight.
How do you win championships? You play defense and you run the ball really, really well. How do you win on the road in the playoffs? You play defense and you run the ball. Mark, the Pittsburgh Steelers are built to win in the postseason. They rush the ball well, 126 yards per game. They're 10th in the NFL. They play defense very, very well, only giving up 18.9 points per game, which is 6th in the NFL, 0.3 points behind your Denver Broncos for 4th place, actually. They're 4th in the rush defense, and they're 8th in overall defense. Yes, they had a bad game today versus the Baltimore Ravens. But you guys understand that this game was the Super Bowl for the Baltimore Ravens. They're playing for all of the marbles today for the Baltimore Ravens. Guys, mark it down. December 21st, 2024, the Baltimore Ravens won the NFL Super Bowl. Today was their Super Bowl. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be just fine. And let's say they do go on the road, Mark. Let's say they do go on the road. They play the Houston Texans. I would much rather play the Houston Texans on the road than playing your Denver Broncos at home. I'm just calling a spade a spade.
I would love that matchup, Buck. I would bring the Steelers here. I would love that.
Well, the Steelers wouldn't come there. You would go to Pittsburgh. But let's just be honest. If you are Pittsburgh Steelers, you know what, Ravens? Go have the Denver Broncos. Go have fun versus the Denver Broncos. Yeah, you guys beat them 41-10 earlier this season. Boy, wouldn't that be a great story? Smack them down 41-10, and then the Baltimore and then the Denver Broncos knock out the Baltimore Ravens in the first round because the Pittsburgh Steelers just decided to tank the rest of the season. They're like, Houston Texans. I like that matchup. And then we get to go back to Kansas City and revenge our Christmas Day loss. Oh, let's do that. Guys, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are more dangerous on the road this season than they are at home as far as the playoff games. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I want to play on the road. I want to go to Houston. I want to go to Kansas City. I want to go on the road. And because the last time, Mark, they were the wild card team and they played all road teams on the way to the Super Bowl, they won that Super Bowl. Mark. Jerome Buss, the big bus, farewell tour, wild card team. Come on. Mark it down, baby.
Started about that Super Bowl, dude. There was so many bad calls that went the Steelers' way. I don't even want to get into all that, but they shouldn't have won that Super Bowl. I'm just gonna say now.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But guys, can the Pittsburgh Steelers win on the road? I'm saying yes. Mark, you're saying no.
I'm saying no. I told you, I got no faith in Russ. I think he literally looked like crap today. I think he's gonna continue to look like that because he's not a very good quarterback anymore, dude. I'm sorry, like if he doesn't have a run game, if let's say he goes and plays Houston or whoever in the playoffs and they shut down the run game, okay, he's one-dimensional again. And let's say they don't have George Pickens. He doesn't have any good wide receiver to throw to. He's one-dimensional. He's not going to be able to do anything, and they're going to be able to be – whoever they play, they're going to be dominated by.
Well, let's not get crazy. They will have George Pickens back in the playoffs. They also got Calvin Austin, and they got Mike Williams will be making a comeback. So I understand Mike only has one catch so far this season. It's a game-winning catch, by the way. Mark, Mike Williams owns your Denver Broncos. So I'm just saying.
All I know is I would welcome that matchup against the Steelers. I know we're not gonna probably get the 6th seed. We'll probably get the 7th. but I would love to see us play the Steelers there. I don't care if it's been Pittsburgh. I would love that matchup. Bring it on.
And you do know, Mark, that Deontay Johnson was cut by the Baltimore Ravens on Friday or earlier this week, right?
What do you think he's you think we're eyeing him for one of us?
Not you, Pittsburgh Steelers eyeing him.
Oh,
Nice,
isn't that where he
complete.
was? That's where he was before.
Yeah, so he went to he was a Pittsburgh Steelers, got traded to the Carolina Panthers, got traded from Carolina to the Baltimore Ravens. Man, if he got cut, comes back to Pittsburgh. Woo, baby. George Pickens and Deontay Johnson again. Look out, baby. Slow it down. Slow it down.
You got way more confidence than I do in them, Buck. That's for sure.
And Laura says the Steelers failed me today. Next subject, please.
You can thank Russ, Laura.
Yeah, and honestly, Steelers was a good pick because Lamar Jackson is 1-4 against the Pittsburgh Steelers of all all time. So John says they are a balanced team, average offense with a good defense. John, the Steelers are a average offense with a great defense. Don't get it twisted. They're a great defense. Better than the Denver Broncos, better than the Kansas City Chiefs. They might be better than the Philadelphia Eagles on the defensive side of the ball. I'm just saying. Josh.
Just side note that TJY he has an ankle injury that he's nursing, so watch out for that one.
Well, on the bright side, they do have 11 days off after Christmas. So, and then they're tanking for the 5th seed to play the Houston Texans, so they'll be just fine. Josh says,
Teams don't tank, Buck.
Josh Olsen says, I think the only teams the Steelers can't beat on the road are the Chiefs, Ravens, and Bills.
I would agree with that.
And if they drop to the 5th seed, they would have to go through the Bills and Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. So, crazy. And says, slow it down, Buck. Slow it down, baby. It definitely wasn't our Super Bowl. The Steelers aren't nobody. Like your man up on the screen said, you got the Steelers, they're a fugazi. He says they're trash. And I say, slow it down, baby.
Gazy is just flying around. I love it.
And you better slow it down. You better put some respect on the Pittsburgh Steelers name, boy. Because, let's just be honest, the Pittsburgh Steelers embarrassed y'all a few weeks ago, or like a month ago, right? You embarrassed it. Bad, baby. Come here. We're going to wax that ass again. Yes, I understand it was like a 3-point game, whatever it was, right? But the simple fact of the matter is, everybody had the Pittsburgh Steelers counted out. You saying they're trash, Mark saying they're fugazi, everybody saying the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to lose the whole second half of the season. Mike Tomlin is the greatest coach of all time. I've said it. Mike Tomlin is the greatest coach of all time. Better than Andy Reid, better than Bill Belichick, better than any of your Chuck Knowles or whatever. Mike Tomlin is that guy. Guys, you don't want to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs this season. It's different. It's different. And John says, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Kansas City Chiefs, who do you got? I said it earlier, John. I'm going to say it again. The only team I'm worried for the Kansas City Chiefs are the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers can't beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just saying. Excuse me, but they're all saying Kansas City. Okay.
I say KC too.
I mean, I'm not going to root against my boys, but I'm saying it's going to be a good matchup. Jim says Watt comes back. Maybe Watts is the plug. Get those steroids up.
Watt is the key to their defense, man.
Yeah, and if you think about it, the secondary being as thin as soon as Joey Porter Jr. went down, the Ravens started to pass the ball. Right? It is what it is. And Mark, I think you got a new fan. WB Ant says, Mark, you're spitting facts. There's one trick pony on offense. Their run game isn't consistent. That defense has kept them relevant.
Thank you, Ant. Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, don't be sucking up to each other. That's BS. Once Deontay Johnson comes back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, it is game over, baby. It is game over. And Ant says, whoa. Slow it down, baby. Let's talk some real facts here. He says the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2015. I was still in high school.
He's right about that, though, Buck.
Well, you were in high school in 2015? Man, I was on my
I know, right?
third.
Makes me feel old.
I was on my third baby mama at that particular point. I've been through six divorces like at that point. I've already lived in 2 different countries. Come on, man. Damn, my eyes are burning. Damn. All right. So let's talk about the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk to old mighty Russell Wilson. Mark, you